go right into Unit 10. Unit 10 is words with blends up to 5 sounds. Okay, so here you're going to see words that have 5 sounds in them. Okay, so I want to just review a word with 4 sounds in it again. So here I wrote 4 sounds. I'm just going to move that up a little bit. Okay, so, and then we'll do the one with the 5 sounds to see the difference. Okay, so let me tap out this word for you right here. Okay, I want you to just focus right here on this word right here. And see that L? I'm going to start tapping from there. You just watch me. Ready? Ul, p, lump. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 sounds in that word. And do you know what the consonant blend is? That's right, MP. And that says ump. Can you say ump? Ump. Very good. But now notice what happens when I put one more letter in front of that L. Okay? Now all of a sudden I have 5 sounds. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I also have 2 blends. I have a C and an L. And then I have an M and a P. And that vowel is separating those 2 blends. Remember, every syllable in the English language has a vowel. Okay, so now I'm going to tap out this word for you with 5 sounds, and I want you to just watch me. Ready? K, ul, p, clump. Boys and girls, did you notice something when I got to my pinky? What did I do? I ran out of fingers, right? I ran out of fingers. So I had to come back to my pointer finger when I got to the last letter. Now I know we have 5 fingers, everybody, but remember we don't count the thumb when we're tapping. Our thumb just acts as a resting place for that pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. So we don't tap with the thumb. It's a resting place. So we start tapping with our pointer finger. So watch me do that again. Don't do it yet. Watch me. K, ul, So now I'm here at the M, and I ran out of fingers. So I'm going to come back to the beginning now, and that was my pointer finger. P, and then blend them together and say clump. All right, now I want you to try that. First, I want you to tap out lump with me. So let's do that one again. So elbows up. Let's just tap out the word with 4 sounds. Ul, p, lump. Okay, that's okay, because I have the 4 fingers, 4 letters. But now all of a sudden I have 5. So remember, I've got to, when I get to the end, I've got to come back to my pointer finger. So now let's tap out this word, clump. Ready? Start with the C, elbows up. K, ul, p, clump. And that was 5 sounds. C, L, U, M, P, clump. Okay, so that's something new you're learning today. You're learning how to tap out words with 5 sounds in them, and that once you get to that pinky, you've got to come back to the pointer finger again for that 5th sound. You also learn that there are 2 blends in this word. Cl, say cl. Good, and say ump, ump. Very good, and both blends are separated by the vowel U, which makes that short vowel sound again because this is a closed syllable. Okay? As soon as you've got one consonant following the vowel, right after it, it makes it a closed syllable. We happen to have 2 consonants here, and that's okay, but even if we just had this silly word or nonsense word, clum, we know that because the M is that right after the vowel, it makes the vowel short. Okay? Okay? All right. Now let's take a look at this one. I want you to help me tap out this word right here. This word with 4 sounds in it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So elbows up. Ul, a, st, last. Very good. 4 sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the blend, boys and girls? Say it out loud in your house. Oh, I think I heard you all the way from your home. St. Can you say that again? St. Very good. But now look what happens when we add one more letter in front of that word last. Okay, so now let's tap this one out together. So show me what you remember. Ready? Elbows up. B, ul, a, s. Uh-oh, what do? I ran out of paint. I ran out of fingers. I'm at my pinky. I've got to go back to my pointer finger to tap out the last letter. T. And now blend it together. Blast. Let's do that one more time. B, ul, a, st. Blast. Very good, boys and girls. So the blends in this word are, you tell me. Good. BL, which says bl, very good. And ST, which says st. Awesome. And the vowel, the short vowel, a, is right in between those two blends. So this is a word with 5 sounds with 2 blends separated by a short vowel. All right? You are doing so great. Okay? So now we're going to go on to blending words with 5 sounds, words with digraph blends up to 5 sounds. Words with digraph blends up to 5 sounds. Okay? Just like we had words with digraph blends up to 4 sounds, like in bench and shrub. Now we're going to take a look at digraph blends with words up to 5 sounds. So take a look at this word right here. Right here. Okay? I hope you notice the digraph. I hope you notice the consonant following it. So this is your digraph blend right here. Then you have your short vowel, and then you have a blend. So I'm going to tap it out first for you, and then you'll try. So please just watch me. Okay? Here we go. Sh, I, p, shrimp. Very good, shrimp. Now I want you to try. Ready? Elbows up. Sh, I, p, shrimp. Awesome. Okay, so here's your digraph blend. Let's try to just say this together. Let's pronounce this digraph blend. Ready? Say shru. Let me hear you say that. Good. Shru. Now let me hear you say this blend. Go ahead. Very good. So this is shrimp. So it's a digraph blend with a short vowel in the middle and a blend at the end. Very good. Now I'm going to let you try this one with me. Okay, so here we have a blend in the beginning of the word, a short vowel, and then we have our digraph blend at the end. Okay, let's tap it out together. Ready? Elbows up. K, ch, crunch. I think we should try that again. All right, elbows up. Ch, crunch. All right, so you had to end on your pointer finger when you tapped out the digraph CH. So So one more time. K, ch, crunch. Very good. I hope you're understanding this. And if you're not, don't worry. We're going to keep doing review as we always do. Whenever we do a new foundations lesson, you know how I always go back and review concepts that we already learned. All right, now I'm going to just show you one more type of blend. And it has 5 sounds in it too. And it has glued sounds in it. I know you remember those glued sounds. So these are words with a glued sound and a blend up to 5 sounds. So please let me tap this one out for you first, because this is a little trickier. So I want you to really watch my fingers. Okay? I'm going to tap this word right here. Just watch. And then you're going to tell me what you noticed. T, unk. I'm going to do it one more time. Ready? T, unk. Trunk. Did you notice if I used a finger again when I tapped out the glued sound unk? Just as a review, do you remember when we tap out a glued sound like unk? Do you remember that we used 3 fingers to tap out that sound? So for example, if say I had the word sink, or let me say sunk, past tense of the word sink, right? What if I had the word sunk? I would tap it out like this. S-unk, sunk. So those 3 fingers, this middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, the 3 of them are glued together and they land on the thumb and we say unk, because those 3 letters are glued together and make one sound, unk. Okay? So it's s-unk, sunk. So now I have a word with a glued sound in it, unk, right? U-N-K, unk. But I have 5 sounds in this word. Okay? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to use the right amount of fingers for that. So ready? We're going to try it again. T, and now I'm going to lift that middle finger and I'm going to stick it to my last 3 and I'm going to bring them down for unk. Ready? Unk. So it's t, and then lift that middle finger, stick it to the last 2. So see them right here together? That's my unk. Unk. Trunk. Okay? Now I want you to try it with this word here. Okay, so elbows up. B. O. Now lift that middle finger, stick it to the last 2 like that, and say ink. Blink. Let's try that again. I know this is very tricky, so don't worry if you're not getting it first. You know what I say in class. If you're making a mistake, that's fine. We learn from our mistakes and we get better the more we try. Okay? So ready? Here we go again. Elbows up. B. O. Lift that middle finger. Stick it to the last 2 and then say ink. Blink. So it's B. O. Ink. Blink. All right. So that's a little tricky. I know. I almost wasn't going to go over this today. But sometimes, you know, Mrs. Crawford, I like to try and see what you can do. And if it's too much at this point, we'll stop and pull back a little bit, and then we'll try it again next time. All right? But as long as you were able to do this one, the digraph blend, and you were able to do this one with the 2 blends, okay? In one word, the 5 sounds here and the 5 sounds here, that's great. If you were able to do this one, that's super great, okay? But not a big deal if you couldn't. All right, so boys and girls, let's take a little breather for a minute because that was a lot of information. Okay, so let's, like we do in class, let's take a deep breath. Let it out. And again. Brings oxygen to our brain, and it helps us to relax and to think more clearly. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this whiteboard here, and again, you're just watching, and of course I want you to say things too when I ask you to repeat them. We're going to mark up these words together, okay? Because one of the worksheets you're going to have is going to be many of these words that you will mark up. Now remember, do you remember what markup means? Does anybody remember? That's right. It means we're going to take our pencil or pen and we're going to scoop this word, and we're going to underline certain letters depending on whether they're a blend or a digraph. We're going to put a box around our glued sounds. Remember that? So right now we're reviewing. We're also reviewing how to mark up words. So I'm going to use my blue marker. Okay. So now, just as a review again, this is a word. This is a word with a blend up to 4 sounds. So let's tap out this word together. Ready? Elbows up. Pump. Very good. So the way we're going to mark this word up, if you remember from class, it is a closed syllable. How do I know that? Because the vowel is followed by a consonant. Okay? It's not an open syllable. That would be an open syllable. How would that sound? Tell me. We could say poo, we could say pew, right? It depends, because you can make a few different sounds. But it's definitely not an open syllable because the vowel is followed by a consonant. So we're going to scoop it. We're going to call it a closed syllable by putting a C underneath the scoop. Do you remember we put that little smile over the short vowel? Does anybody remember what this little smile is called? That symbol is called a brev. Very good, brev. I know, that's a big word. All right, but it's just a symbol that means the vowel is short. And then to underline our blend, we're going to put 1 line under the M and 1 line under the P. And that is how you mark up the word pump. Let's tap out this word with a blend with 4 sounds, okay? And again, this is review. Elbows up. T, I, trim. Okay, very good. So again, we scoop it. We put a C under it for closed syllable, which means the vowel sound is short. So we put a little brev over the I because it says I. And then our blend is tr. So we put 1 line under the T and a separate line under the R because each of those letters in the blend are making its own sound. That's why we don't put 1 line. It's 2 lines. T, tr. Very good. So this was review. Now this is Unit 10, from here, here to here. So words with 5 sounds with blends. So let's now tap out this word together. Ready? Elbows up. B, ul, a, st, blast. So remember, I had to come back to my pointer finger for that last letter. So we scoop it. It's a closed syllable, so we put a C underneath it, which we know makes the vowel A sound like A. It is followed by a consonant. And the 2 blends are bl and st. Okay? Now let's try this one. Okay, let's put our elbows up and let's tap this word out. Ready? App, strap. Okay, now this, I actually didn't go over this one on the slides, but it's still a blend, but do you notice how many letters are in this blend? So this could be like a bonus one in a way. How many letters are in this blend? Well, let me mark it up and then you'll see. So this is a closed syllable. So I'm going to put a C underneath for closed syllable, which makes the A short. So there's my brev, at, because it's closed in by the P, the consonant. The consonant comes right after the A. And now let's see about the blend. Str. How many letters are in that blend? How many? 3, that's right. 1, 2, 3. So we're also learning that there are words with that are 3-letter blends. Okay, so we have our 2-letter blends, 3-letter blends, see, 2-letter blends, 3-letter blends, and then we have our digraph blends and our blends with glued sounds. So blends are pretty important in words, as you can see. There's a lot of different types of blends, and it's important that you begin to notice them in your words and say to yourself, oh, that's 2 consonants together. That must be a blend. Let me try to say it. Bl. Oh, this one has 3 consonants together before the vowel. Let me try to say that with making each letter sound. Str, str. Okay? So I want you to really start to notice these blends when you're reading, in your books, and even when you're trying to write words. I want you to really try to tap out words that you're not sure of and try to really listen for those letter sounds in the blends, in the different words that you're trying to write. All right, so now let's take a look at digraph blends. That was on one of the slides. Okay, so let's tap out this word right here. We did it already on the slide, and now we're going to do it again. That was right over here, if you remember. Okay, so let's tap this one out. Ready? Elbows up. K, ch, crunch. And remember, with the CH, I had to come back around to my pointer finger. So if I were to mark this word up, I would scoop it, put a C under it for closed syllable, which I know makes my vowel short. And my blends are C, R, so they each get a line underneath. And then my digraph blend is the N, which gets 1 line, and the CH, which gets a line under both the letters CH because it's a digraph. So again, let's tap this out. K, ch, crunch. Okay, and now let's tap out this one here. Now you may not know this word, but first we're going to tap it out so that we can say the word correctly, and then we'll talk about its meaning. Okay, so let's tap out this blend right here, DR. So elbows up, d, ch, drench. Try that one more time. D, ch, drench. Okay, so let's scoop it. I'm running out of space here, so it kind of looks like a line. And then put a C under it for closed syllable, which makes the vowel short. It's also closed in by a consonant, so I know the vowel's short. And when I go to mark up my blends, I have a blend here in the beginning. So 1 line under the D, 1 line under the R, and that is pronounced dr. Can you say dr? Dr. Very good. And then we have our digraph blend at the end. So we put 1 line under the N, and then we put 1 full line under both the C and the H because that's a digraph. So that stays together as one sound. So it's d, nch, drench. So we have a blend in the beginning, dr, and a blend at the end, nch. Now, what does the word drench mean? Have any of you ever heard of the word drench? Well, I'll put it in a sentence for you, like I always do. If you go out in the rain, you will get drenched. Well, that's kind of the past tense of it. So let's put it in present tense. Oh, it's kind of hard to put that in the present tense. I will drench my coat if I go out in the rain. I will drench my coat if I go out in the rain. So what do you think drench might mean if I put it in that kind of a sentence? You know, if you go out in the rain, what's going to happen if you don't have an umbrella? Right, you're going to get wet. So when something gets drenched or when something is drenched, it's very wet. Okay? Really wet. Okay? Like a lot of liquid in it. So that's what the word drench means. Anyway, so let's go on now to our last type of blend, and that's blends with glued sounds. And again, on this board here, we're learning how to mark up our words with blends. All right? Words with 5 sounds and blends. So here is a word that is very much like what we were learning on this slide right here. Okay? Right here, rather. Okay, and those were blends with glued sounds. So let's tap out this word right here. Elbows up. Skunk. Skunk. So let's try that one more time, because this is the one where you're using that middle finger 2 times. You're using it for the vowel. You're using it for the second consonant, and then you're using it for the blend. So let's try that again. Ready? I'll do it right by the letter so you can see. Unk, skunk. And the way you would mark this up is you would scoop it. It is a closed syllable. Okay. And then the S and the K are the blends, so they each get their own line. And then how do we mark up a glued sound again? Who remembers? That's right. Just like here, you put a box around the glued sound. So we box glued sounds. Very good. So now let's try this last one. I hope you notice the glued sound in this word, and I hope you notice the blend. So let's try to tap this one out too. Ready? B. Ul. Ink. Blink. Let's try that again. B. Ul. Ink. Blink. And then if I were going to mark it up, I would scoop it. This time I'm going to put, and I could kind of scoop it, there we go. And put a C for closed syllable, making the vowel short. 1 line under each of the consonants in the consonant blend. And then I will put a box around the glued sound. A little squishy there. All right? So that is how we mark up words with blends in them up to 5 sounds. Again, I know that's a lot, but we will keep reviewing this.